Hi, begin in wide-legged child's pose, but for the moment we're going to place our forearms one in front of the other and allow the forehead to settle to the mat in the inside of your arms. Big toes touching, knees wide, allowing space for your torso and your heart to settle towards your mat. Long inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen out your arms, palms flat, arms wide to match the knees. Every time you exhale, allow your heart to sink a little closer towards your mat. Beautiful way to start the beginning of our practice, bringing focus and intention into your mind and what you're hoping to achieve throughout the class. Connecting for the moment to a sense of peace, calm, and being present. Long, full, even inhalation. Slow, controlled exhalation. Inhaling and exhale. This time as we inhale, begin to lift yourself, sitting onto all fours, tabletop. Palms directly underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Flat level back, belly button drawn into the spine, and then lift your chest, your heart forward. Round the spine high to the ceiling, bring the chin in towards the chest, arching your back high. Inhale as you lift and open forward. Exhale, rounding, arching the spine, rock the hips back slightly to open through the shoulders. Inhale, looking forward, lifting tailbone and chest. Exhale, rounding, push the floor away through your knees, your shins, your palms. Inhale, lifting your chest and your chin. Exhale, arching, tap the spine a little closer towards the ceiling. Then come back to a flat back and step back, long to the tops of your toes, holding a high plank. Long neck, long body, level hips. Feel the strength in the core of your body spreading out and away. Crown of the head, palms, tops of your toes. Lower slowly all the way to the mat. Flatten the tops of the feet to the floor. Keep your palms underneath your shoulders. Then lift the legs up and high as you float the chest. Push down through your palms. Hold and breathe. Pulling the belly button into the spine. Exhale as you lower. Moving a little faster this time. Inhale and lift. Exhale as you lower. Keeping this going, few more sets. Inhale and lift. The palms stay flat to the mat. Exhale as you lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Keep your legs set from the heels through to your hips so the legs aren't opening out too wide. Float your palms up and away. Hold. Reach your arms towards your feet, lifting the heart a little higher. Draw the fingertips towards your ankles, activating front, back body, belly button drawing into the spine. Lift the chest a little higher. Breathe. Exhale. Set your palms back down flat under the shoulder line and lower your body to the mat. Coming now into a cobra pose, so push through the palms, float the rib cage up and away. Keep the legs long and engaged to the mat. Shoulders wrapped down and back. Draw to your knees, tuck the toes, raise the hips high. Downward facing dog, so push down through your palms. Feel the elongation in your spine. Heels drawing down and back. Maybe allow the heels to float up and away from the floor one by one. A nice rocking through the hips, movement through the shoulders, walking our dog. We're going to bring ourselves into a vinyasa flow, which we'll float through for a few rounds. So we're going to step the feet forward, walking one by one, hands up and through between your palms. Take a long, slow inhale, and as we exhale, begin to walk your feet forward between your hands, heels under the hips. Exhale as you fold, heart towards your legs. Then slide your hands to your shins, elongate your back, draw your chin in towards your chest slightly, long flat back. Hold and breathe. Take a long full inhalation, and as you exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head towards the floor. Soften your knees, sitting the rib cage to the thighs. Hands to your hip bones and push down through your heels to draw yourself strong to standing. Shoulders down and back, arms by the sides, palms facing forward, hands to your heart. Get your arms open by the sides of the body, palms forward. Rolling forward and down through your spine. Exhale as you fold. Soften the knees. Slide your hands to your shins. Flat back. Palms flat. Long step back to a high plank. Lower your body all the way to the mat. Flatten down your feet. Lift your heart and your chest. Float back to your knees. Curl the toes under, hips high. Downward facing dog. Now that's our first travel through our vinyasa. So again, walk your feet forward between your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll yourself up to standing, arms by the sides of the body, palms face forward, heart open. Rolling back forward and down as you exhale fully. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep that breath. Exhale, stepping back and lower. Cobra pose. Lift your heart, chest and chin forward, shoulders back. Drawing to our knees, hips high. Once again, walk your feet through and forward between your hands, getting used to our vinyasa flow, feeling the fluidness in our movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, rolling all the way up to standing, palms facing forward. Exhale, rolling down through your spine. Inhale. Long flat back, long neck. Exhale, fold, stepping back, high plank. Lower your body all the way to the mat. Push down through your palms, strengthen out through your legs. To your knees, tuck your toes, hips high. Hold and breathe. Walk your feet through and forward. Fold, squeeze the air out and away from the body. Inhale, fill the lungs. Draw your body all the way up to standing, palms forward, shoulders down and back. Rolling forward and down, adding on to our vinyasa in a moment. Halfway lift. Fold, stepping back, high plank, engage the core, lower your body. Lift your heart, chest, chin forward. To our knees, curling the toes, hips high, push the thighs to the back wall, heels low. Walk your feet through and forward. Now something different coming up. Hands to your shins, long back, fold, soften your knees, lower the hips. Lift the rib cage away from your thighs, palms together, center of the chest, Locust chair pose. Even weighted through the soles of both feet, kneecaps even. Push your palms together, strength through our hands, strength through our legs, sink the hips a little lower. Inhaling. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, long step back, high plank. Keep the exhalation going as you lower. Inhale as you lift your chest forward. Rock to your knees, downward facing dog. Now something different coming up. Float your right leg high to the ceiling. Then draw your right foot through between your hands. Flatten down your back foot. Lift your shoulders, set them over the hips, arms by the sides of the body, palms facing forward. Right knee over the ankle. Connect to a sense that your right hip draws back, your left hip pushes forward. Straighten out your front knee. Standing tall and open. Reset the knee over the ankle, set your fingertips to the mat, and then straighten out your right knee as you fold forward and down. Aiming to keep an openness in the arch of your left foot, lifting away from the mat. Try not to compress and drop down through the arch of that foot. Our next inhalation lifts our chest, resetting the right knee over the ankle, arms by the sides of the body, palms facing forward. Now let's draw the arms back a little closer towards the back wall. Feel your heart shifting forward, shoulder blades hugging together. Inhale, and as you exhale, float your hands forward and down, come to the ball of the back foot, stepping back, high plank, lower. floating through, staying with your cobra pose, or maybe coming into an upward facing dog. Curl under the toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high to the ceiling, repeating our vinyasa opposite side. Left foot forward, right foot settles. Shoulders over the hips, palms face forward, left knee over ankle. This time we're going to move differently. Straighten your left knee out first. And then as you exhale, float your torso down the length of your front long lengthened leg as you set your fingertips either side of your left foot, maybe to your fingertips or the flatness of your palms. Once again, we can keep an openness in the arch of that back foot. Connect to the outside edge of your back lengthened leg. Hold and breathe. As we inhale, reset a bend in your left knee, lift the chest. Draw the backs of the hands to the wall behind, heart forward. Breathing. Floating your hands forward and down either side of the front foot, and we're stepping back to a high plank once again. Lower your body, cobra or upward facing dog. Float back to a downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Try and touch the backs of the legs to the wall behind as the hips lift high, even weight through the palms. Walk your feet all the way through and forward between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees, lower the hips, resetting our Utkatasana pose, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, long step back, high plank. Lower your body, open forward, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Float your right leg high. Right leg steps through between the palms. Set your back foot down flat, shoulders over the hips. Straighten your front leg. Fold your torso forward and down to your right leg. Reset, bend over the knee, shoulders over the hips, palms forward. Floating forward and down. Step back, high plank, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Float your left leg high, sweep your left foot through between your hands, right foot settles, shoulders over the hips, arms at the sides of the body, straighten that front leg, folding at your hips, long straight spine. Reset a bend, left knee over the ankle, shoulders over the hips, hands for the back wall. Float forward and down, long step back, high plank, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe. Walk your feet through and forward between your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Fold forward and down. Halfway lift. Fold, long step back, high plank. Lower your body, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Right leg sweeps high. Right foot steps forward, left foot settles. Coming back into our vinyasa flow now, you're getting used to this sequence. We're just moving faster, creating energy, length and heat and strength in our body. Place your hands forward and down, stepping back. High plank, lower. Lift your heart forward. Now lift the hips high, curling under the toes. Sweep your left leg high, three-legged dog. Left foot sweeps through, back foot sets, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, exhale, straighten your front leg, folding forward and down. Inhale, left knee over the ankle, shoulders over the hips, heart forward. Backs of the hands to the wall behind you. Set your hands forward and down, stepping back, high plank, lower. Push your heart forward, draw the shoulders down and back. Lift the hips high, curl the toes under. Once again, holding our downward facing dog a little longer. So really feel the sense of evenness in your body, equal weight, palms, feet. See if you can lift the hips a little higher. Draw the backs of the thighs closer to the wall behind. Floating forward and out to a high plank, shoulders over the creases of the wrists. Tap down one knee, your right knee down, left leg lengthens, and then reach your right arm out long. Hold and breathe, draw the belly button into the spine. Bend your left leg, wrap your right hand for the inside arch of your foot, making that connection first. Inhale, begin to push the palm away with the top of the foot. Aim to keep your hip bones centered and forward and down, and the same with our collarbone. Trying not to rock too much across to one side. Set your gaze on one spot. Keep that belly button drawing in close to the spine, front and back side of the body working. Wobbling in this pose is totally fine. If you're feeling yourself wobbling a little bit, just pull that belly button in a little closer. It will settle. Letting go of the connection of the hand to the foot. Arm and leg long again. Really reach through the fingertips and your toes. Sitting down, swapping sides. Right leg long. Left arm reaches forward. Hold. Take a bend into your knee, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling. Sweep your arm around, bringing your palm to the arch of the foot. We always feel pretty good with ourselves when we find that foot. Begin to lift. Push the palm away with the top of the foot. We're opening, but we're also staying centered through our core and even. Find your gaze fixed and focused. Be present in the moment. Letting go of the connection hand to foot. Lengthen the arm and leg out. Find a little bit more of a reach and length, hip to the toe, shoulder to the hand before we settle down. Tabletop position. Stepping back long to a high plank. Long neck, long body, hips level. Then slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet flat, palms under the shoulder line. Bend your right leg in. Left arm reaches for the inside arch of the foot. Draw the legs in close towards each other. Reach your right arm out long in front of you. Now your left hand, let it slide down towards the ankle so you can flex that foot. And then we're going to stomp the sole of that foot to the ceiling. Lifting up and away. Keep the right arm and the left leg grounded, or we can lift, floating up and away. Still engaging our core. If at any stage you feel you need to set down that right arm and left leg, set it back down to the mat again. We can always come back up. Takes a lot of effort and concentration, this pose of letting go. Allow your body to open and release onto the floor before we swap over sides, bending in the opposite leg, hand to the arch of the foot, and then let it slide down towards the ankle, flexing that foot. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up and away. Really pushing that left shin towards the back wall. It's going to create a little bit more openness through your chest, your hip, your shoulder. And again, we have the option of floating the opposite arm and leg up and away, or keeping them grounded to the mat. Find your strength. Find your space in the pose. And slowly allow your body to release all the way down to the mat. Palms again settle under the shoulder line, push down through your palms, heart forward, chin lifted, float to your knees, curl under your toes, downward facing dog, push through the palms, feel the space in the bones in your back, feel the drawing down of energy through your heels, activating the front and the backs of your legs. Long, slow, even breaths. Finding ourselves shortly to drawing back down onto the mat. Walk your feet through and forward. Hands to the shins. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, rolling all the way up to standing. We have one more standing pose to travel through before we draw to the mat. Begin to place a little bit more pressure down through the sole of your left foot. Lightness created in the right foot. As we bring the hand to the arch of the foot, opposite hand at the side of the body, a little bit of a variation in our dancer's pose. So our free arm, instead of drawing forward, we're going to keep it by the side of the body. It's going to bring in a little bit more concentration. So set your hand to your hip bone first. You're really pushing down through the sole of the foot connected to the mat. And then lean, tilting forward. Now we're pushing the hand away with the top of the foot. And you can see I have my free arm by the side of the body instead of reaching forward and out. It means we have to activate a little bit more control and balance to our legs, our chest, our hips. And if we lose our balance and we need to settle down and draw back up, absolutely cool. I've nearly lost my balance there. Sitting the foot down, arms at the sides of the body, palms facing forward, heart open. Moving across to the opposite side. Bending that opposite leg in, hand to the arch of the foot. Level your kneecaps even and forward and out, legs touching together. Before we begin that tilt forward at the hips, strong push down through the anchored sole of the foot. And then we bring in strength, pushing the palm away with the top of our foot as we tilt forward. We still have that free arm by the side of the body, but absolutely draw it forward and out in front of you if that works better for you. And for some reason today I just felt like mixing it up a little bit. Letting go of that foot, guiding your legs back through. Let the foot settle to the floor. Palms face forward. Tall, proud, open body. Hold and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Your next inhalation, draw from the soles of the feet. Let it travel through your legs, thighs, hips, torso, shoulders, crown of the head. Holding a pause at the crown of your head with your breath. And now as you exhale, rolling forward and down, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, long step back, high plank. Level body, long neck, shoulders over the creases of the wrists. Pulling the belly button into the spine, we're going to hold here for a little bit longer. Remember, we're spreading that energy from the center of our core out and away, crown of the head, backs of the feet, palms of the hands. Focus. And as I promised, we'll be drawing down to the mat shortly, so now begin to lower all the way down. Lift your heart and chest forward. Our final cobra pose. To the knees, lift the hips high. Heels drawing down and back. Begin that journey of walking your feet forward, but only coming halfway this time. Set your knees down. Crossing the ankles over behind you, bring ourselves to our sit bones. Maybe shifting forward on your mat, soles of the feet flat, rolling down through our spine. Bring your heels in close to the back of your body. Arms by the sides of the body, palms facing down, back of the head, drawn into your mat. Strength drawing down through the shoulder blades, soles of the feet. Take a long, full inhalation. And as you exhale, push down through your arms, soles of the feet, shoulders, back of the head, lift the hips high, float your arms overhead. And as we did right at the beginning of the class, cross your forearms, pushing down through your arms, your shoulders, soles of the feet. And there's energy drawing forward and out through your kneecaps. Hold and breathe. And separating the arms and let them float back by the sides of the body, palms flat. Find a little bit more lift in the hips. Hold and breathe. Then once again float your arms overhead, crossing over the forearms. Keeping space between your chin and your chest. Float the arms back down by the sides, palms flat. Find a little bit more space. And interlace your arms with your fingers underneath your body. So loop your shoulders under. Hold and breathe. Long, slow, even breaths. We're going to find a little bit of a shift in our body. Very subtle movement, but it's a lot of strength. We're going to peel the heels up and away from the mat, drawing onto the tops of our toes. Breathe. Allow the heels to float back down to the mat. Separating your fingers, arms at the sides of the body, palms flat, and then roll your spine slowly back down onto the mat. Once there, hug your knees in tight to the chest, wrapping your hands around your shins. And take your hands to the ankles and bring the soles of the feet together. First fingers looping around each big toe. Your arms are to the inside of your legs. And then we're going to bring the knees out and inwards. We've lengthened out our left leg and keep the right leg in, and then lengthen out your right leg. Now by lengthening, I mean we're placing the soles of the feet directly up to the ceiling, but we're bringing the knees in and forward towards our armpits pretty much. A little lift, bring your head up and away from the mat. Another variation is to bring your hands to the inside arches of your feet. So they're wrapping around the soles of the feet, and that might allow you to bring the knees a little further down and open. Back of the head connected to the mat, shoulder blades drawing down. Now take your first finger around your right big toe and lengthen your right leg long and straight away from the body, but keep that left knee set towards the armpit, and then swap over sides. Lengthening the left leg out long and straight, with the first finger wrapped around the big toe. Draw that leg back in. Both hands either around your big toe or the inside arches of your feet, hugging the knees inwards and down. Reset the soles of the feet together, hands around the ankles, and then draw your hands to the outside of the legs, knees coming in towards each other. Lengthen the left leg out long, keep your right knee drawing in tight to the chest. Right arm draws out and away from the side of the body, and then allow that right knee to float across the left leg, bringing a nice twist in our body. There's a calmness washing over our body now as we're drawing towards the end of our practice. Being grateful for our practice and a sense of accomplishment as we've travelled through the class together. Begin to bring that knee back to the centre, hugging back in close towards the chest once again, and bring the opposite leg in. And we're swapping over sides, right leg long, left knee hugging into the chest. Left arm draws to the side of the body, and we draw that leg over and across, keeping our shoulder blades connected to the floor. Take a long, full inhalation, and as you exhale, let your spine melt into this pose. Bringing the legs back to the center, hug both knees in towards your chest, and then lift your nose in towards your knees, curling into a tight ball. As you exhale, body releases long, open and free onto your mat. Inhale. exhale, settle your body, feeling equal from the soles of your feet to the palms of your hands. The journey of our breath now draws from the extremities inwards to our heart center. And as we exhale, we push that breath out and away in the opposite direction. Feeling free of anything that no longer serves us, whether it be body or mind. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Resetting the soles of the feet flat to the floor, knees together. And drop your knees forward. Bring your arms to the same side, drawing onto our sides. We rest and we reward. Thank you so much for practicing with me.